never talk our language anymore without being mocked. Someone will invariably pop up and go, right, so what racist things are you people talking about now?
In fairness, it's a very mockable language.
It is. Do you want to do After Dark, Gareth, without Troll still?
We
The
can.
problem is that you guys keep promising the After Dark episodes on the show, so now we have to do one.
Yeah,
I told you this in advance.
yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, Fred and I can record. Sort of
Oh
like
yeah,
thing.
I'm really hoping you will actually, because I really want to hear the point that you were going to bring up, Gareth, and I really want to. Yeah, I really want to listen to this. So
Yeah,
I really hope you will.
we can do it. Gareth, do you want to do the green room bit?
Uh, what?
That means no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
I can do it because
the tape is currently rolling. Trolls, you get this one.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Green Room. We've just come off a very good episode, I think, because I'm such a narcissist.
We always think that.
On choices and consequences, and we are. Gareth said he had something he wanted to bring up, and I'm going to stick around and listen for a bit, but I do have to get running in a little under 10 minutes, so I might not stick around for the whole thing. But I do. I really look forward to listening to what you guys come up with in the Green Room thing. This sort of informal after party thing.
Trolls is trying to get a solo career off the ground, and I guess we should be really pissed about that.
Oh, I have a feeling whatever his project is that he's going to be doing, that Fred and I will be involved in some capacity.
Yeah,
now,
he can't really get rid of us.
What I was interested in was we're talking about storytelling and about having to be an author kind of concocting these different storylines. And Trolls is talking about Undertale and the myriad ways that you can play that game. And it immediately brought to mind for me an example of another game which isn't exactly graphically impressive, but involves multiple storylines based on a very unique world, and that's Dwarf Fortress. And I don't know
I've
if
heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know if for people that haven't heard of it, primarily it was a strategy game in which you would take 7 dwarves. I don't know what inspired 7 dwarves, and you'd take them and you'd build a fortress for them to live in. And eventually, at times you'd be attacked by goblins or by dragons or by all sorts of mythical beasts.
I know this. Eventually, the pale bitch turns up, bites an apple because she's a fucking idiot, sleeps in a glass coffin, and the guy who's also a necrophiliac goes up and kisses her.
Exactly. Disney was fucked up. But there's there's another mode that you can play, which is adventure mode, which isn't an adventure in the way that we've been talking about them. But during that mode, you can go into different villages. Some of them villages of humans, some of them elves, some of them goblins, some of them dwarves. And you can go around and you can talk to people and you can get a job and you can write poetry and you can do all these different things. And the things that you do while you're there will affect the quests that you can go on. And this is all.
Can you bring supermodels back to your hotel room and spike their drinks?
It's not really hope so. It's an oversight if you can't.
Well, which kind of dwarf are you if you can't?
Well, exactly.
Horny.
I'm sure Warwick Davis does it all the time.
Oh, good God. Oh, God.
Anyway,
I'm sure Peter Dinklage is quite the player as well.
but eventually I will come to a point. The point is, but all of this is procedurally generated, and it's incredibly complex. And the history of the world that you play in is procedurally generated as well, with all sorts of myths and legends and mythical beasts that have different histories and different things going on. But it's all procedurally generated, and there's something. Despite how deep it is, it's still somewhat artificial. And I wondered how difficult you think it would be to have such a complex world, but have it written by a creator or a team of creators. And I wondered how we get over that kind of Hump.
Oh, I've got one. Can I take this? Because I do have to go for a wee, and then I have to fuck off. I actually had a conversation with our good pal Kevin Wallace, who does the graphics for our little party here, about how you would go about making a procedurally generated adventure game. And we came up with this idea where the game has... it would be a text adventure, first of all. The game has a set number of objects that can all combine into different sort of puzzles. Like you would have a window and you would have a hammer, but you would also have a screwdriver or a roll of duct tape or a toilet paper or something. And the solution to the puzzles and the hints that you're given are randomized. So at the start of the game, it will place different objects in different rooms, and it will, a single puzzle of the game will have multiple solutions depending on what objects are present in the room. So it's kind of a procedurally generated adventure game. And we thought that was a quite nice idea. We just need the story to hinge it on, obviously. That was kind of it, actually.
Well, that's the main challenge, though, isn't it? Creating a story which will be able to withstand this pressure of having the game be procedurally generated. You kind of need to come up with something that can be viewed from multiple angles and kind of have these blanks that you can fill in as you go along.
But that is inherently problematic, I think, because I wonder whether you end up becoming far too generic. You kind of go, okay, here is the adventure game puzzle, and whether. Sorry, go ahead.
It would probably, I didn't say anything, but it would probably be more akin to the old style adventure, the game adventure, where you just basically plonked into a dungeon and there's no rhyme or reason for what the hell you're accomplishing. You're just walking around rooms, kind of like we were I was railing against Myst and The Witness and such. I am not infatuated with your ambiguity just because you put a puzzle in front of me, kind of. But that kind of thing, actually, where you just I'm solving puzzles. I'm not really sure why, but there are a couple of objects here. It's fun. It doesn't actually need to have a story.
There's also the problem that you need to make an emotional impact. And in many of these games that we're talking about, there is like a sense of progression that is kind of created by not only how the story around the game is shaping itself, but also the progression of the way the puzzles are laid out will kind of hint that there's a personal development going on within the protagonist. And the problem could be that you might lose track of that if you have so much randomness in there. Are you able to make a whole that has this emotional impact by the end of it, or will it just fall apart depending on which bricks are laid out?
Because you're thinking of story, and my argument was that you don't need to have a story in that. It's basically just puzzles for the sake of puzzles.
Yeah, true.
So anyway, lads, I do have to get running. My bladder is telling me to, and I have 5 minutes until my next appointment. Onward to greatness. So
you busy man.
Cheers.
So thank you so much. That was a very, very enjoyable thing, and I dearly wish to stroke you all in your genital area.
Too late.
Yeah, I will catch you guys later.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya.
Well, that means more drugs for me.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Everybody love the drug. So do we have anything else to say, Fred?
I don't really think we do, but I do think this was a very interesting aside, and I do love a good bit of dwarf.
Well, that's what Tinder's for.
Yeah, I actually uninstalled that because I didn't really... Well, no, never mind. This is not for the air.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we will. Cheers.